in my day. Yeah. Good morning. I pray all is well with you and your family. I know you all are still sleeping right now, but that is okay. Just come back and watch the replay. So, city of Knoxville. It's truly time for us all to do our part, whatever your part may be. But think about this. There's been 20 murders due to gun violence. And today is just May 22nd. Now, we all know that the best thing to do right now is to get these killers off of the streets. And that's just the whole truth. Get these killers off of the street. You know, if you all have any information about a killer, call that Crime Stoppers, a hotline, download the app, do whatever you need to do to get these killers off the street. You know, yesterday, someone said, put a camera on the outside of your house to get them drug dealers off your street and from in front of your house. Whatever you got to do to clean up your neighborhood and clean up where you live, because as long as you all stay silent, and this is the whole truth, as long as you all stay silent, crime is going to continue to increase. Because the fact that you all are afraid of these thugs, these drug dealers, and these gang members, or maybe because they're even your family members. You understand where I'm coming from? Because the truth is the light of the world. But at the end of the day, these murders need to stop. It just truly amazes me how you all don't care about the murders until they hit your home. And then once the murders hit your home, come to your front door, then you expect everyone else to speak up, but yet you all are silent while other people's children and family members are dying. So the best thing for you all to start doing is telling on these killers. I mean, if the killers are steady running free, they're going to continue to kill people. I mean, come on. They're getting away with murder. I mean, if you were able to get away with murder, wouldn't you continue to murder? Anything that anyone is able to get away with, they continue to do it. They don't stop doing it because why? They don't get caught. If you don't get caught, you keep on doing whatever it is that you're doing. Period, point blank. It doesn't take a rocket scientist to know this. And so I just truly hope that you all will start speaking up. Get these killers off the street. Clean up these streets in Knoxville. Because for one, Knoxville is too small for all these murders that have happened in this city. Period, point blank. Year after year. And you all do all the marches, all the protests, for whatever reason. Y'all do that when someone died. Like this is what you do. But then you all go silent and go into hiding, but you don't tell on the killers. It's just amazing how, Jesus, that sun is bright light. It's just amazing how y'all are silent while people are being murdered until it's your child that's murdered, or your cousin that's murdered, or your sister that's murdered, or your brother that's murdered, or your mother or your father who's murdered, or your aunt or your uncle who's murdered, or your grandmother or grandfather who's murdered. It's just truly amazing. But y'all sit up here and y'all watch people get killed every day. Y'all see it on the news every day, and y'all stay silent, and y'all be knowing who the killers are. Y'all speak among yourselves, but y'all don't go to the police. And for those of you out there who have information about someone's child's murder, please contact the cops anonymously. If you have a warrant of any kind, if you are a criminal, do it anonymously. But get these killers off the streets and give these families peace. If it was your child, would you want someone to speak up? Like, put yourself in these mothers and fathers' shoes. If your child died today, if your child was murdered today, would you want people to go to the police with information to get your child's killer? Like, at this point, you all need to understand that no one is exempt to this thing. Anybody's child can get murdered. Your child could get murdered, even going to school. Your child can be murdered leaving the school. And then you have people that you know have information, but they stay silent. How would you feel if you was in these mothers and fathers' shoes? These people that come and show up at your home and they like, oh, I'm so sorry for your loss. But yet they start telling you details about your child's murder, but yet they won't go to the police about what they have told you. Yeah, y'all don't like this type of message because y'all sitting up here being silent when if it was your kid that was dead and gone, somebody killed your kid, took your child's life, you would want people to speak up. You know, y'all real funny. Y'all want to holler, you know, a cop shouldn't kill a kid. How about a black shouldn't kill another black? A white shouldn't kill another white. You feel me? There shouldn't be any hate crimes. You understand? Like, murder is wrong, period, point blank. It don't matter what color you are. You know, I can see. You know, black folks kill each other every day and then stay silent, but y'all speak amongst yourselves. Y'all talk to everybody else in the community, but y'all don't talk to the police. Listen, you can report anonymously. The police don't care about your warrant when they're trying to get a murderer off the street. Understand that part. Your little child support warrant, your little warrant for missing court, they don't care. They care about the killers. And if y'all keep being silent, the police can't do their job, period, point blank. Y'all can't blame the police because y'all scared. You scared. And then y'all want to say the police not doing their job. Y'all want to claim the mayor not doing their job. No, let me make this thing very plain. The community not doing their part. And this is the whole truth. Oh, but it's easier to blame the police and it's easier to blame the mayor. Let me tell you something. The mayor and the chief of police not in these streets, honey. You are. Let me say that again. The mayor and the police are not in the streets. You are. You know, y'all go to these parents' houses. I'm sorry for your loss. And okay, y'all do all of that, right? But then once the funeral is over, once it's no longer being advertised all over the news, y'all forget about the mom and the dad and the family who's suffering, missing their child, wanting answers, don't know who killed their child, don't know where their child was murdered at. My God, my heart goes out to little Dada family for the simple fact that child was dropped off at the hospital. By who? Who dropped that child off at the hospital? Who was around, witnessed this child getting shot? Instead of calling 911, they drove him to the hospital and dropped him off. Who dropped him off? Because whoever dropped him off was there when he was murdered. Period, point blank. And they have information. And I'm sure they have been in the Galette's face at the funeral, after the funeral, and probably still on today. You know, people are just so cruel. You know, I don't understand how y'all do it. You know, y'all have information about a person's child murder, and then y'all sit in their face like, and I know this because people did it to me when Sydney was murdered, so I'm speaking from experience. I literally interrogated everybody that came in my home because they were like, I'm sorry for your loss. And yeah, you know, we were all up in the towers and, you know, we saw when he was running and when them different people were shooting at him. Like, y'all giving me these details, but y'all not giving these details to the police. And moms, I know people have come, could have sat beside you in your home giving you details about your child's murder right in your face, but yet wouldn't go to the police. You know, the worst part is, you know, when the DA told me they weren't going to press charges against Sidney Killer, you know, they allowed me to see the interrogation tape of his girlfriend at the time lying on tape to the police. So what I'm telling you all is this: the people around you know who killed your child, period, point blank. And it's the truth. While they're in your face acting like, oh, they're so sorry. No, they know who killed them. And, you know, truth be told, and this is the ugly truth, they may have even set your child up, because the person that was in my face talking about they sorry about my child's loss was actually responsible for my child's murder. So just understand, it's real, you know. And my heart goes out to you moms and you dads. My heart goes out to all the families, especially of these unsolved murders, but the people that are in your face know who killed your child. And it's the truth. Take it from a woman who knows. And it's just the whole truth. But once again, don't ever think that you won't get that phone call that your child is dead, that your child has been shot and killed, that your child has been dropped off at the hospital, that your child will be found in the streets dead, that your child will be found on the side of the streets dead, that your child will get shot while they're driving, crash and die. You know, y'all act like it won't be you. Y'all ought to know by now that it could be you. And at the end of the day, you all have information y'all need to tell the police. But stop blaming the chief and stop blaming the mayor, because the community is the one silent. And that's just the whole truth. Y'all need to get yourself in order, sitting up there trying to blame everybody. Y'all don't want afraid to tell the police what's going on, because 9 times out of 10, it's your family member or your boyfriend or your girlfriend that's doing the crimes. And that's just it. And that's just all. The truth is the light of the world. The truth is the light of the world. But as long as these killers are running around here free, you better know more people are going to die. Y'all want a message talking about people go stop dying. How are people going to stop dying when the murderers are running loose in the streets? Come on, let's use some common sense here. Let's use the common sense that God gave you, as a matter of fact. You know, y'all keep staying silent if y'all want to. That next phone call may be you may be getting that next phone call. With all the shootings that's going on, yeah, you may be the one to get that phone call. Understand that part. That's why I'm speaking up, because I've lost a child to this thing. And Lord knows, God already promised me I won't lose another one. So that's why I'm speaking up as well. But for those of you who have not lost a child this way and act like you will not lose a child this way, I'm here to tell you that you can lose a child from gun violence, domestic violence. And the killer or the person responsible will come to your home and come to your child's funeral and sit there, because they did it to me. But you better know, I'm waiting patiently on the Lord for them to get exactly what they deserve. Don't you ever get it twisted. Y'all have a great day, because vengeance is mine. I will repay. The second shooter who thought he got away with trying to kill my son is dead and on KPD website as an unsolved murder. So understand, I know that my God fights for me. I know that vengeance is mine, I will repay. I know that I don't have to do nothing but go to the Lord in prayer. But for those of you who are silent, and y'all know who killed these children and these adults, y'all need to use the tools that you have and report anonymously and get these killers off the street. You can't blame the chief of police. You can't blame the mayor. Blame yourself because you're the one silent. If they don't have any information, there's nothing they can do. And once again, they're not in the streets. You are. Have a great day. If you're afraid for your kids to go outside and play, call the police. Get them killers off the street. That's what you got to do. That's what you're going to have to do. You just getting on the news talking about, oh, I'm afraid for my kids. Girl, Godo say, let me tell you something. The fact that you're afraid for your kids to play outside is is the reason why you need to tell on these killers. Is the reason you need to tell on the criminals. If you're afraid for your child to go outside and play, it does not matter. Let me make this thing very plain. Crime happens everywhere. It doesn't matter where you move to. You can't run from the problem. That demon murder is everywhere. So don't think you being silent and then saying, I'm afraid, and then you want to run and move, that demon won't find you where you are. The demon murder is everywhere, and it hops from person to person. Understand that murders happen everywhere. You know, y'all, this mindset that y'all think, oh, murders only happen on the east side. First off, foremost, the people come to the east side to commit the murders, and then they go back to the south side, the west side, and the north side. Let's make this thing very plain. Or they even go back to a whole nother city. They'll go to Rockwood, you know what I mean? They'll go to Jellicoe, Tellicoe County, just real talk. They'll go back to Nashville, they'll go back to Chicago, they'll go back to Atlanta. Let's make this thing very, very plain. They'll go back to Detroit. They'll go back to Florida. Let's make this thing very, very plain. You all know all these people in Knoxville that are from Louisiana and everywhere else. Y'all know that these people come down here, commit crimes, and then go back to where they're from. Like, half of these murders weren't even committed by people in Knoxville, and that's why they're unsolved. Let me just make this thing very plain. And at the end of the day, you all had the people in your house, and then you allowed them to get away, and that is the whole truth. But anyway, if you better remember that your child could be the next child on the news who was shot and killed. And then everybody's silent because you were silent. Believe this. The same way you're silent, if it happens to you, better yet, when it happens to you, don't get upset because no one's giving any information to the police. Because remember, you had information and you kept your mouth shut. What goes around comes around, and that is the whole truth. Have a great day. Get these killers off the street. Stop blaming the chief of police and the mayor because it's not their fault. It's yours. You're the one in the street and you're the one being quiet.